your feet, but I feel you take a breath, and breath is somehow like gasoline in a motor, and it comes back out at you at a place where you think you have to vibrate, and the voice goes this way. And to me, that's too short. I think that the breath I think your breath has to be thought of as what you need to make yourself heard. You know, if I take breaths and go, vedrò mentre io sospiro, I'm essentially going to be all about the vocal mechanism, right? We talked a little bit earlier about inhaling. I think for the most part, singers don't pay enough attention to their inhaling system or mechanism as versus to their exhaling. And I feel, maybe that's the best way to start. I feel like you've got a lot of whoosh voice coming, that I'm not getting a balance of the inhaling. I'm not saying, vedrò mentre io. I'm getting, vedrò mentre io sospiro. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
You know what I mean? Do you ever work on that? Does that make sense? How do you work on it?
Just
by breathing more in your nose or
deeper breaths.
That's interesting. You know, I wouldn't worry about the depth of your breath. I think, in fact, you could be stronger in your abdomen, and maybe where the breath lives could remain more constant. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what's going, hada, you know, that everything, because if we always concern about ourselves with this deep breath, we tend to let the abdomen go, and everything goes down. You can feel that pull here. You don't want that. You want that to stay out. Vedrò mentre io sospiro, felice un servo mio. You hear that? Feel that stay out? You want to keep that constant. Do you think about that?
Yeah.
But when I think of breathing deep, I think of maintaining the core muscles. If I think of breathing deep and I extend here, I'm going to collapse in, right? So maybe what I want you to just stay on the voice more, and as you sing let's just start with the vedrò mentre io sospiro, more of an up, or more of this literally up in here. You don't breathe much with your nose. You tend to breathe a lot in your mouth, don't you?
Yeah. And
you gulp, you know? Breath is not energy or even, well, it is energy, but it's not like gasoline. It's not the power of the motor. Breath is sound that hasn't been heard yet. And you gather it for yourself to make yourself heard, right?
Right.
And if we think of breath too much as something we have to keep maintaining, then we're always rebuilding ourselves, it seems to me. And that's why this kind of and it just feels like you're hammering this way rather than releasing up out of yourself. I think there's more easier voice inside of you. Because it's a very bright and very beautiful voice.
Thank you.
But and then we get these barking things, you know, hi, hi, hi. You don't need any of that. The emphasis is inside of your emotion, as it were.